So if you've been on Twitter or Instagram lately, you may have seen that Shaq and Shannon Sharpe are beefing for... I think it's extremely stupid. I don't think there's any reason that Shaq has to actually be upset over this. It's extremely immature, and he looks extremely fragile. Started because Shaq decided to say this live on television, keep in mind, immediately after Jokic wins the MVP. He calls Jokic up, and he tells this to him.
President of the Big Man Alliance, you know I love you, the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you.
Now, I'll play more of the clip in a minute, but that is actually insanely petty and so lame to say to someone who just won a huge award. I mean, imagine that you're in school, right? You're working in school, you get your doctorates. So, at least in America, you're in school for like 8 years. You get it. You get your degree. And then someone comes up to you on the stage right after you get it and says, you know, congratulations, but honestly, I don't think you worked that hard and you really don't deserve it. Is that not insane? I'm beating their ass if someone says that to me. And Jokic, you know, props to him. He takes it on the chin, and he just rolls with it.
But congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, you know, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
No, hey, all good.
And he stands by this because he posted that clip to his Instagram, and attached to the clip, like midway through the clip, it cuts to this.
I think a part of Shaq, he might not ever admit this, but Shaq see these guys winning these MVPs and a little envious because, and I don't care. Look, I understand that Shaq got 4 titles and he has 3 Finals MVPs, but Shaq know deep down.
Now this is the important part that I think Shaq really takes to heart, and it makes him so upset.
Yeah,
and he robbed himself because he didn't take it serious enough. Did he take it serious? Not nearly as serious as he should have. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. Shaq should have 7 titles. And I think he sees a guy like Nikola Jokic.
And then the clip cuts off there. And I think what makes Shaq so upset is that Shannon Sharpe is basically saying that Shaq doesn't work as hard as Jokic does, which I feel like is very fair. Shaq is known for just being a little bit lazy with it. You know, like he's not the most, I guess, in tip-top shape at all times. And he's definitely, because he's brought it up on many occasions, he is very upset that Steve Nash won the MVP over him. He doesn't agree with it, which is, you know, a fair opinion to have. But getting this upset at Shannon Sharpe for literally just saying what everyone knows is crazy. And Shaq posted this to Twitter, which to me it just comes off really weird, because Shannon Sharpe, he's not being like rude about it, he's not being mean about it, he's not even like really addressing Shaq. Shannon Sharpe barely posted throughout this. Shaq did all the posting and all the making himself look bad. Now, of course, Shannon Sharpe posts this as a response, basically saying that there's no beef, he's not upset with Shaq, and then he attaches a clip of him explaining more about what he was talking about when he said this. And here's that clip.
I've never professed. I've never professed that I was as great as Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say,
yes, sir,
I got what I got because I worked my ass off. Now,
and again, what he's saying is, like, he's not saying that he's better than Shaq. He wasn't trying to throw shots at Shaq. He's just saying that he works hard, Jokic works hard, And you just can't say that to an MVP right after they win the award.
Shaq has been the one to say it. That he didn't work as hard, he didn't train as hard, he didn't eat as well as he should have.
Right.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash. Now, you guys have heard me speak glowingly. I say Travis Kelce is better tight end than I was. So was Gronk. So was my guy. What's his name?
After this, at least for a little bit, it's not really important. He's just listing people that he's admitting are better than him. But then he brings it back around.
You know why I got no problem, Ocho, with giving people credit?
Right.
Because I got everything out of my God-given ability. God gave me the ability to do what I could do. But he gave me discipline. He gave me dedication, the way I trained, the way I ate, the way I slept. So this was all I could get.
Right.
Now, I would have felt some type of way if I'd have got these numbers and I half-assed it. But I never half-assed it. Am I a top 100 player? No. Am I the equivalent as a football player as Shaq was as a basketball player? No. But what I did do is that I maximized that.
And Shannon basically goes on from here saying that, you know, he basically proposes a question to Shaq. And the question is, do you think that you worked as hard as you could have? Because I feel like everyone knows that he did not. I feel like it's very obvious. And that's why it's unfair for him to tell Jokic that. And then Ocho Cinco, basically, number one, he admits by saying he does not know basketball. So, already giving this opinion just feels really out of place, I think. But he admits he doesn't know anything about basketball. At least he's doing that, right? And then he claims that Shea was robbed. But then Shannon Sharp will break that down.
See, I'm mad, man. I wish I understood.
Why you mad?
Because I wish I understood goddamn basketball. But think about this. Think about how they just, I'm not going to say rob. I don't want to use the word rob.
How they robbed?
How they robbed Shea. 30 points. Number one seed. But he doesn't get it.
They were
so what's the criteria? What's the criteria for MVP if you just gave it to Joker again?
But I don't think they gave it because Joker was top 10 in points, top 10 in rebounds, top 10 in assists, and they basically had the same record. They just had OKC just had a better division record.
Oh,
so you're talking about so it's not like they were the number one seed and Joker was number 10.
And basically, he's saying that no, Shea didn't deserve it. Jokic did deserve it. Because if you look at their stats, yes, Jokic averages less points. But MVP is most valuable player. It is not who scores the most. Right? Yes, that's a part of it, but that's not all of it. Jokic has way more assists and way more rebounds averaged than Shea did. And it's not even close. I think if anyone other than Jokic should have got it, it should have been Doncic, not Shea.
Right. Okay.
Shaq, if you took what I said as a slight, okay, I can get it. And people say, well, see, my thing is that I'm not saying that I've never said I was the equivalent. And I'm quick to say that when I talk about Kevin Durant or I talk about any player, I said, I'm not the equivalent basketball player. But all I can do is maximize my ability.
Right.
Shaq know deep down. He can take all the shots.
And as you'll see, Shaq does take all the shots.
Yeah, you got more money. Yeah, you're more famous than me. Yeah, you're more well-known. You're going to have way more money than I ever have. But nobody will ever say that I was lazy or I cheated myself.
And I think that's a good wrap-up to his response. Now, almost immediately following this, Shaq starts tweeting out and posting on Instagram some stuff. He posts this on Twitter saying the 50 Cent of the NBA will make his last response when he wakes up from his nap. Talking about himself in the third person. Then I'm done with it. It is what it is. Really good grammar there. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Bar, bar, hashtag mixtape coming soon, bar. Yeah, okay, bro. And then he posts on Instagram saying, again, pretty much, wait till I get up from my nap and hear my last response on this. This is so fun. Did we just become best friends? At Shannon Sharp, hashtag stepbrothers. Now, what was his response to this? Was it something beautifully structured, just really well, breaking down all of the points? No, of course it wasn't, because it's Shaq, a grown man-child. He posts his screen cap saying that Shannon Sharp is not even in the top 50 greatest players, which Shannon Sharp already admitted that. Why post this? He then follows it up by saying, whenever y'all want to listen to a podcast when the host has G14 classifications, tune in to the Big Pod with Shaq. And then he tags like 40 different accounts and many others. And special thanks to King Ryan. I had to remix your song #1. Tags a bunch more people. Love y'all. Now I'm done with this. I'll be at the Bahamas crib if anyone needs me. Woo, what a week. First I found out they ain't love me and now this. But remember. Also, I just want to point out, no one said they don't love him. What is this dude talking about? But remember, hashtag no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Hashtag Buffalo Soldier. Hashtag Omega some frat, it doesn't matter. You can never break the unbreakable. And to all the people that know both of us, don't call me. It will never, I think he meant to say be. It will never be a sit down. Hashtag love y'all. What is this dude on about? But wait, there's more. He then posts a screenshot of, I guess, the podcast where Shannon Sharp addressed this. And he says, the daddy don't usually respond, but he got time today. Okay. He then posts, you took me sticking up for Shay as jealousy? Shows how smart you are, and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget I know what you did to get where you at. Me jealous, lol. Sound like you jealous. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people in case you forgot. 4 rings, 3 finals MVP, top 50, and top 75. Google me. And to be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic. But according, okay, again, mess up on the grammar. But according, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Yeah, because that's definitely how everything works. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for that shit. Love always, the most dominant big man who ever never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you, and in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. I have it, you don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate? Never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet me as the most dominant ever. Hashtag the apex predator. Rah! And he gets no response from Shannon Sharp. Like, Shannon just doesn't care, bruh. Like, he's just leaving it as it is. Because he's a mature, grown man. And the last update to this beef, quote-unquote, one-sided beef, I should say, is Shaq just posts this edit that he just took from someone, which it gives credit, so, you know, congrats to him. But he posts an edit of Shay, basically with a bunch of analysts voicing over saying, Shay was robbed, Shay deserved it, right? I guess because that helps his point somehow. Posting an edit, bro? Are you 12 years old? But yeah, anyways, that's about the end of this shit. Pretty insane if you ask me. But yeah, sorry for the lack of recent uploads. I was out of town, but I'm back now. I should be making videos again. And if you watched this long, thank you for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, don't do that then. And subscribe if you feel inclined. Thank you for watching. See ya.